Have you ever wondered why our calendar is in a box? I really had never wondered. I had never wondered until a subscriber shared with me some different calendar scenarios. And I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Let's get the calendar out of the box. So I have already done a do it yourself Hebrew calendar, but now I'm going to explore a not square or rectangular type thing. Hi, I'm Dawnita from prairie-trail.com. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I do have to say, if you don't like snacking or making weird noises, you may hear my husband on the tractor, the children playing with the dogs, birds outside of my window, me rattling a like Rush Limbaugh used to say, this is real life on the prairie and many things can happen. So if you're not up for that and you don't like my receding hairline or my forehead or, some such or other like that, don't worry about leaving anything in the comments. I'm not interested in what you have to say as far as those things are concerned. If you are sensitive to those things, please scroll on and go somewhere else. This is not the place for you, and God bless you. We will see you later. If you are interested in learning with me and exploring some strange and unusual ideas, or maybe some not so unusual, but from a strange perspective, then you might be at the right place. So anyway, announcements. Shelly over at There's No Place Like Home, she and I recently, the days are running together. I am so sorry. And I even just missed my video last Thursday, and I just could not help it. Life has been very full lately, very full. And she and I did a live together on RH negative and genetic type stuff, just talking genetics, and we really enjoyed the conversation. We had a lot of fun. We got a lot of really good comments and some emails and additional information that we'd just really like to add to that conversation. So I have scheduled, tentatively planning, depending on many life things. I think it's on the 22nd for us to do a live and continue that conversation. So if you have information, questions, whatnot, after that talk, based on things that we said or things we might not have got around to saying, then please do email me at Dawnita@prairie-trail.com, or, message me on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, and hopefully I'll get it. So, we would like to, see if we can explore. We may not have the answers to those questions, but we're having fun exploring just all of the topics and all of the ideas that everybody's got regarding that. So I just wanted to leave that for you guys. And I was going to explore the calendar today. I have a subscriber who contacted me, someone actually close by, and I am planning, hopefully, once life settles down a little bit, a visit where we can meet and go visit. And I'm going to start, I don't get away from home very often, but when I do, and I'm going to have a chance, I'm going to try to let you guys know. And if you happen to be in the Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, areas and want to meet, then I think that would be a lot of fun. I enjoy meeting people. I've always enjoyed it since early blogging days. I love it. whenever somebody contacts me and we're actually able to meet in real life. It's a lot of fun. So just wanted to throw those things out there. We of course still have the book available. It's right back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Somebody told me last week that it's cheesy to have your book in the background of the I'm cheesy. Okay. They got the book back here. It's not just me, guys. I didn't do this just by myself. I did the editorial and a few articles in it. But that magazine that we did all year last year, the quarterly thing, I put it into a book at the end of the year, and it's available on Amazon. And yeah, and it's even if you've got Kindle Unlimited, it's free. So yeah, get it. And if you do get it, please leave a review. It really does help. So anyway, the calendar. I was presented with a few ideas, and I think via like some videos of calendar stuff. Let me see if I can. I'm still playing with this new screen. Oh, I can share each one of them. I think I better just do the window because otherwise it's going to be craziness. Entire screen. Yeah, we just want entire screen. Let me get my mug off here. Okay, I wanted to start with the Bible. That's a good place to start, right? Ecclesiastes 7:11 through 14. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, an advantage to those who see the sun. For the protection of wisdom is like the protection of money, or protection of money. And the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom preserves the life of him who has it. Consider the work of God, who can make straight what he has made crooked. In the day of prosperity, be joyful. In the day of adversity, consider. God has made the one as well as the other, so that man may not find out anything that will be after him. Anyway, I thought that one was interesting. I also pulled up the book of Enoch. I'm going to have to move things around just a little bit. Make the screen bigger. I am looking up the word month in here, and I came up with Enoch chapter 7, and it talks about the holy angels and and kind of what their things are. And Uriel kind of seems to be the big one. Oh, book 2, the parables. I thought it was in here. Yes, it is. And to the east of those beasts, I saw the ends of the earth whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceeded, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. So then the subscriber sent me this, which I'm very, very visual, guys. So I really need to see it. And somebody can explain this to me. And my husband tries to explain it to me. Subscribers try to explain it to me. And I try to read it in the book of Enoch. And I zone, guys. I absolutely zone out. But this did help right here. So we have which I think this is like the Tropic of Cancer, whenever the quote unquote summer solstice is, right? When the sun hits the Tropic of Cancer. And this would be the around, maybe, I hope that I'm thinking this right, because I'm trying to put it in, where did I put that Bible stuff? So I'm trying to put it in here. of course. Okay. So we've got the Tropic of Cancer right here. We have the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn right here, right? Okay. That's where I'm thinking these are over. Maybe I'm wrong, but you've got the summer solstice is when the sun hits that gets up here. And then the equinox is when it's at the equator. And then the winter solstice is when it hits the Tropic of Cancer. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm really just trying to think through this. So we have these gates. So we have the first gate, the second gate, the third gate, the fourth gate, the fifth gate, and the sixth gate. So as things are moving through these gates, you've got the first month would be the month of the Aviv, which is March or April, somewhere in there. Second month, third month, and biblically speaking, the months are just basically numbered. You have the month of the Aviv because that's when the barley becomes Aviv. And then the last month is the month of Adar, which there can be 12 or 13, because a leap year, in biblically speaking, is a whole month. It is about the whining in the background with one of my last videos, and I'm sorry, that was my little floor heater. It sounds like the 17-year-old finally got up. It's 11:30. Oh my goodness. I actually slept till noon the other day. I must have needed it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it is freezing in this part of the house. And the fireplaces are on the other end of the house, and that heat doesn't get here. So I have got myself bundled up, and I don't have my floor heater on. You are welcome. Hello, darling. I am recording. He might have. I don't know. He might have leaved you. He might have had to go do something else too. I don't know. You can text him if you want to. Anyway, okay. She was supposed to be the daddy babysitter today, and I think he neglected to wake her up, but he might be sidetracked with something else. Anyway, so you have first month, second month, third month, and then fourth month in the same gate, because it kind of like stops here and starts back, right? So in the same gate, you've got the third and the fourth month. And then you have fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and then again in the same gate, ninth and 10th month. And that is how it is explained in the book of Enoch, 11th, 12th. And then if we have a leap year, we've got like a 13th month in here, because things kind of got, smushied around. So let's see. Where am I at this time? Yes, so we've got okay, Book of Enoch. So if we go to the next, let's see. These are parables. So I just typed in, what I did is Control F. I'm on a PC. So I pulled up the archive Book of Enoch, and I'm on a PC, so I did Control F. I think on a Mac you can do whatever that control button is and the F. I think you can do basically the same thing on Mac. Somebody with a Mac can correct me there. I used one for like 3 years at the newspaper, and they told me it would change me over and I would start using a Mac all the time and I would love it. But that did not happen. No. When you grow up programming, then yeah, Mac, it wants to think for me, and I don't like that. So anyway, this talks about the 7th month and the 14th day of the month. Let's see. And then we have the luminaries. Okay. the courses of the luminaries in the heavens. And this is chapter 2, the luminaries. And I think this is like part 2, chapter 2, right? Let's see. Yeah. Book 4, sorry. Kingdom of Heaven, chapter 2 is how this one is. I don't know if my paper one is split up that way. It might be. According to their amounts. And then this starts talking about, I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, 6 portals in which the sun sets, and the moon rises and the moon sets in these portals. And the leaders of the stars and those whom they lead, 6 in the east and 6 in the west. So that's what we're seeing in this. And to me, looking at it from this perspective, to me, it's 6 in the north and 6 in the south. But it's saying in the book of Enoch, it's 6 in the, and this even says north and south on this. So that's how we're seeing it. But in the actual book of Enoch, it's saying 6 in the east and 6 in the west, all following each other in accurately corresponding order. So I have wondered with that if, and with it being a circle like this, what's east and west? Because you're going around this way and it's east, and you're going around this way and it's west. So, and I know we consider this to be east and this to be west. And I think there's probably an innate reason that we consider this to be east and this to be west, right? So does that mean that 6 of the portals are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's what it says, right? 6 in the east and 6 in the west. So does that mean we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here, or something like that, right? So this would be 6 in the east, that would be on that side of the circle, and 6 in the west that would be on that side of the circle. This talks about this being east, so that would be west. They don't have the W on there. So you have 6 gates here, or 6 gates here somewhere. It's easier for me to think that the gates are over the ocean and we're not actually seeing the transition, but people tend to catch sometimes like 2 suns and stuff. And it depends on when and where and how. And if you catch some of those like cams that are just like on all the time in different areas, weather cams or whatever they are, in different parts of the world, sometimes you'll catch 2. So I don't know if they're over the ocean or not. It just makes me think that they could be over the ocean, but they could be smack dab over the top of us too. I don't know. Maybe somebody else has some ideas on that one. So, and then it starts going into more, and first there goes forth the great luminary, nameth the sun, and his circumference is like the circumference of heaven, and he is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. And the chariot in which he ascends, and the wind drives, and the sun goes down from heaven and returns through the north in order to reach the east, and so guides that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of heaven. And the way that he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the 4th portal. So, okay, the great portal is the 4th. I'm assuming the gates and portals are the same thing. This has got gates / portals. So this is the great portal. I don't know why it's the great one. It's interesting. the subscriber also shared with me Remnant of the Light, this website here, and it has calendars and feast days and studies. And let's see, they have a square calendar. And they're giving you, and of course, you can't put a particular day on these because, yeah, the barley doesn't come Aviv at the same time every year. You can't put a particular day on that. But yeah, this is with a leap year, and that's without a leap year. So this is an interesting, I wonder if it'll get bigger. It will. Yay! So this has got some interesting stuff in it too. And then you have this one. She shared this one with me, and this is called the EnochCalendar.com. And his name reminded me of Ray Vanderlaan. If you've never seen the Ray Vanderlaan videos, they are really good. It's been a long time. Ray and Vanderlaan. Let's see. Which I better say something, because while I was on with Shelly, somebody was having issues, I think, about my cup. And my coffee cup that I was using was a gift from one of our daughters to one of the other ones. And it had check boxes. And it said at the top checkbox, naughty. The next one said nice. And the next checkbox said, I can explain. And within the cup, when she received it as a gift, was a chocolate muscly man. So it was a gag gift, guys. So a friend of mine, Katie Horner, did this book, Milk the Christmas Monkey, and our family does not do Christmas, okay? Our family does not do Christmas. But she did this as an alternative to the Elf in the Shelf. And it's teaching God's character through Bible lessons and activities the entire family can enjoy. This is something you can use all year long. It does not have to be Christmas time. But this is eternally set on her affiliate link, because I like to support Katie, because she does business with God type workshops and stuff, and it's amazing stuff. So just a little shout out to Katie there. And yes, that I have this bookmarked so that everything that I buy off of Amazon, my little clippies and stuff, she gets a little something out of it, hopefully. And this is a neat little book. And like I said, you don't have to do Christmas. And there's this cute little monkey that matches the book that's like adorable, and it's only $12. So if you wanted to do something like that, and you can do it any time of the year, this would be something that would be fun in between Passover and Pentecost, because you've got those counting the weeks. And I have a Bible study on the counting of the weeks that I'm hopefully going to get published into a little book this year. But this is cute. This is really neat. So before somebody tells me in the comments how evil Christmas is and blah, 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 that is my reasoning behind it. If you don't like it, don't leave one of those comments, please, because I have already left our testimony, I'm pretty sure, about we haven't done Christmas since 2001. Yeah, was the last Christmas that we did. So, yeah, so don't go at me on that. What was I looking at? Ray Vanderlaan. There we go. Because I want to show you his things. Oh, it's not in books. It's in videos. All departments. DVD series. He goes through the land over there in Israel and explains different archaeological sites and what was going on at the time, and really gives some good hermeneutics and history and culture. Can't say that I agree with every single thing, but it's very, very interesting. This is a neat a neat series. So anyway, just sidetrack there, a nice little sidetrack. But it reminded me, and I wondered, are they related? I don't know. But anyway, he has the agricultural year in the calendar. He's got several different things. Dead Sea Scroll sundial, which is interesting. And she also gave me a link to an Etsy shop that has the Dead Sea Scroll sundial. I think I'm going to try to make my own because I think it's something that I could do. And I may not have it like exact replica or anything, but I think it would be a fun project. He talks about Shemitah year. He talks about the equinoxes and Sabbath versus a lunar Sabbath. Now, I have not watched all these videos. I have not had time. And my children have been needing me here lately. So we've been doing other things. And I haven't caught up on this yet. But I just wanted to share with you, there are a lot of options as far as calendar stuff is concerned. This was one of the things that kind of had caught my eye. And I actually was watching on a video something a little bit different than this. I don't know where they're getting the names on this. And I'm always just a little sketchy about people's things. But the one that I watched, and I'll have to see if I can find it. And I didn't agree with him on everything either. But he had a circular thing that just reminded me of the Mayan calendar. Let's pull that up. So let's see. The Mayan calendar. They're not going to give me a whole picture. Blast it. I want the whole blasted thing. Of course. So there's one. That's an interesting one. I don't think I had seen that before. But it made me think of these. It really made me think of these. So what I'm in the process of doing is I'm going to add an update to mine, and which is available on Patreon. And I will probably try to put these in some kind of a book at some point. I need to get this straight. So this is what I'm kind of piddling with right now. And it's going to be, and if you know anything about graphics and stuff, you probably know a lot more than I do, because I'll spend forever with this, because the idea is that each one of these months will have 30 days. It'll have like 7 weeks, and then in here, and then within that, you will have 30 days. So I've got to get 7 of these lines going through here and try to get them somewhat equidistant. And yeah, I'm probably doing it the long way. There's probably a better way to do it, but at the same time, yeah, I've been doing a lot of coloring here lately too. Sometimes tedious work is kind of a little bit what your body needs to just deal with life a little bit. And I've been noticing here lately my no, not you. That my handwriting isn't as good as it used to be. And I'm like, well, that could very well be because I haven't been doing as much with my hands lately. It's been a whole lot of typing. And I would like to, rehone some skills there. So anyway, this is kind of what I'm working on. And I will have, preferably 7 going here at some point. And then out of that, I'll have to figure out how to do the 30 days, because I guess I could just do 4 circles, couldn't I? I don't remember how. See, this just has months. The one that I was looking at, I think, was in a video, and I think they had like, and that might be too much for me to do. I think they actually had like 30 days here, and then they had it broke up into weeks or something. I don't remember. It's been a little bit. But I think if I did it into weeks and then I did 4 of these circles on top, and then we could have these for the weeks. Does that make sense? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more. And I think they need to be a little closer together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to fit 1 more in there, don't I? So, yeah, if you guys wonder how I like to waste my time, it is drinking coffee and doing tedious little things like this. And then I breathe and then I move it, and maybe a little bit. And if somebody comes on here and says, if you use Canva, it would be easier. I do not like Canva. Canva and I don't like each other at all. We don't get along. I need to respace those. And they're not the same length over here as they are over there. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. And yeah, I will figure it out. And then that needs to move up a little bit. And so that I've got an equidistant between on both sides. And then I will have to copy this over and over again until it is about where it needs to be. And yeah. So does that kind of make sense that we will have like to have 7 days I've got, that's not in a good spot, is it? There we go. It would probably be easier to do by hand, but then I'd have to figure out how to get it scanned off and all of that stuff too. So that would be a lot of fun. I'm getting closer. Anyway, once I get my 7 days, then let's see, duplicate layer. Yeah, we use Canva for the magazine, and the girls kind of on the magazine team had to kind of drag me kicking and screaming to to get to using Canva, because yeah, Canva and I just have a history that does not coincide with one another really well. So that's 1 week. We have 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then this would be like 4 weeks. And then I don't know what I would do for like the middle. Once you have those weeks, that would be, well, sometimes we need 5 weeks, don't we? No, we wouldn't if we were, well, yeah. Sometimes you do, because sometimes you have 30 days in the month. So I'm still trying to figure out how this needs to work. And doing something like this and like working through it myself will just help immensely in me figuring out personally how this is going to go together. Let's see. Oh, we've got, get all these little circles on the right side of all of the little lines. If you guys have ever wondered how this stuff works, there's probably a bunch of you that are like, oh no, do it this way. If you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. I think then it just needs to, no, it definitely needs to. There we go. And then we're getting closer anyway. This one needs to go back just a touch. I'm still not equidistant, but I'm definitely getting closer on it. I'll have to hone that in just a little bit. But does that make sense? We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here to 14, and here to 21, and here to 28. And I guess any extra days could maybe go in here. But then whenever I get one going around, then, you know, have you ever thought about using a calendar like that? Like a circular calendar? And would that make sense to you? Because I'm sitting here thinking, if I can get this figured out and I can get it on our refrigerator, I won't have to be changing the calendar month every day or every month, you know? So it's an interesting thought. And then if I could figure out how to kind of work this stuff in, because if this was a circle instead of going back and forth like this, and if I could figure out how to actually do it on top of this, I think would really help. Because you do have these. And maybe if I was using something like this, I love this. If you guys have not got a copy of this yet, Eddie from Banjo Japan, Brazil, yeah, look him up. It's Flat Earth Japan, Brazil, some such. Here, hopefully you guys know him. It's sometimes hard to look him up because the search doesn't. Well, we don't want to hear you. Here he is. Here's Eddie. He's the one that has it in his, I think it's linked in one of his videos. I wonder if it's in this. No, we don't want to hear you. Yep, here's the posters. He's got them linked right there. And I think he links them in all of his stuff. So I like the blue one, but you can get, yeah. And I am hoping at some point in time to have mine printed. I found, I'll just show this to you guys, Vistaprint. Let's see, Science Manners posters, canvas prints. And I was thinking, yeah, I want a big wood frame and I want the biggest size available. And then it's going to be a vertical. And, ooh, that is expensive. So there's that one for $78. Let's see, if we did the smaller frame, it goes down to $56 for that bigger size, the 20, which is 2 foot by 3 foot. If you're somewhere other than America, you'll have to figure out the centimeters or whatever for that. But I think that would just be lovely. And I don't think this is a bad price. So, and I think it would be a good gift for one of your, oh, and it says 25% off. I don't know if that's normal or if that's new customer because I'm not signed in. Um, but you can get different sides. You could do the foam. Let's see. Nope, that's more expensive. So let's do the little wood frame. And you could do, the 16 by 24, which is 2 foot by not quite a foot and a half for 40. That's not bad. So I just think this would be lovely to put on the, up on the wall. I kind of like Shelly's got, except snazzier, you know? And that's my plan. Just that's my plan. Yes, I am silly, but we are constantly inviting people into our house to show them our map. And we just have one of the Amazon, whatever we could get off of Amazon, Glazon Maps. And it's not, uh, Eddie has people that are updating that one regularly. So before I do it, I'll go in and I'll get the newest update. I'll download the newest update. It's free to download it. And then you can, have it put the Vistaprint. You can put them on t-shirts, canvases, posters, and print it out yourself that way. And it's going to be about the same price as what you would get off of Amazon, but you're going to have that really high quality. I mean, that is a high quality map. So, and they've been doing a lot of work on it to update it. So anyway, really, really great. And if you're not following Eddie, definitely follow him. He's a question recently, and I tried to ask him over on TikTok, and I don't think he understood my question. But there is one flight that goes from, it's east of Australia over there, some of those islands, and it goes straight to California. No, it goes straight to Chicago. And it doesn't go the direction that we would think that it would go according to the flat map. It's one flight, the only flight that we have seen that would actually make sense on the spinning ball. So I don't know. But this is what we're thinking, and this is what I want to do. It's on my wish list. After a new roof on the house, that needs to happen. So, priorities. Anyway, that I have probably bored you enough. 40 minutes worth of me rambling about calendars and stuff. I hope that gives you something for your own research and some things for you to look up. I really appreciate, subscribers sharing that kind of information with me. I don't know where I set yet as far as like trying to do a solar calendar versus a lunar calendar. I'm still trying to figure it out. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do a Sabbath. You could do a Saturday Sabbath, or you could do a lunar Sabbath. I don't know how you would do that in a solar calendar. So we're doing the best we can. Right now, I do my level best to rest on Saturdays. That is my day of rest. And that's part of the reason that I say, I don't care what day you rest, just rest. I do realize, because somebody left a comment, that, well, Yahweh cares. Yes, I do believe he cares. Yes. But, he's releasing information to each one of us differently as to not overload us all, right? And some people can only handle so much of, information at a time. And God knows what we can handle and what we can fit into our lives. And so my thought process is, I'm just going to encourage you to rest and to seek him. And he can encourage you on the day you need to do that. So as long as you are picking a day and starting, then I'm happy, right? But we need to quit being so nitpicky with each other. And stop. Be happy for the truth that people are walking in. If people are walking, if you know somebody who is walking in the little tiniest bit of truth right now, applaud that truth. Applaud the fact that they took that step and they're walking in that truth. And just keep encouraging them in that. If you start nitpicking and poking at people, they're going to throw up their hands and give up, because there's way too much out there to try to keep up with. And all of the lies that we have been taught, it is easy to get overwhelmed with it all. And especially whenever you've got to do your own research, and then you have to dig so hard to find the information that you're wanting to find, because it's increasingly hidden, right? So yeah, we just need to be nice to each other, need to be kind. Remember 1 Corinthians chapter 13, that, kindness and love are paramount. That is the most important. So, it's wonderful if you're keeping a Sabbath. It's wonderful if you're watching God's calendar. It's wonderful if you're aware that you are under the weather instead of sick of your own accord. It's wonderful if you're gaining awareness in these things and starting to walk in these things. But we need to remember to be kind and loving to one another. Be supportive, be encouraging. Our war is against the principalities and powers of this earth, not against each other. And we need to keep that in mind. That's all that I have for you today. I will quote Shelley. That is all that I have for you today. She's so cute whenever she says that. I love it. And remember, you can weather the dust storms of life with God's divine help.